All right, let's jump into 2023. Welcome to 2023. Let's kick off the real estate market reports for the new year. It's pretty some exciting stuff for me, anyways. Happy to see 2022 go. Interested to see what's going on in 2023. So let's see how we kicked off the year. All right, so our average 5-year inventory level is usually at 139 units. That's represented right here with the 139. Right now on the market, we have 161 units available for sale minus the 31 units that are conditional. So right now we have a 20% of all the inventory is under contract to purchase. So essentially there's conditional deals on them, which is a really healthy conditional deal rate. So that leaves 130 units available for anyone else that doesn't have a deal on a property yet. So just to reiterate, 5-year average is 139, currently 161 units on the market. However, 31 of those units have an offer on them right now, which leaves available units of around 130. So as you can see, we are right on the nose on our 5-year average. And I'm not sure if you could see this. There's a little dot right there. That is our beginning of 2023. And you can see that's well above where we were in 2021 and 2022. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I believe it's a good thing because we have more options for buyers. If interest rates go down, we have a little bit of an absorption rate for to feed off the frenzy of people buying and then dropping inventory down to nothing. Because when inventory is super low, buyers don't have options. When buyers don't have options, there's only a few options on the market that everyone's competing on, which drives prices through the roof. And it just is a very unhealthy and it's not a fun market to be in if you're a buyer, to be in multiple offers all the time. To go shopping and have a little fun out there and look at properties and compare properties, it's just a more enjoyable market for everyone to be in. Especially if there's still healthy demand, sellers will still get a great dollar for their product. There's usually healthy appreciation in a balanced market, but people still have the option to go shopping. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox on that one. But as you can see, that's where we're at right now. So I think there's a pretty healthy beginning here in 2023 with that 20% pending rate. Looking at the inventory mix here, everything is very stable. We got 65 5-year averages represented in blue, and the current inventory is represented in green. So as you can see here, we have a few more singles on the market than our 5-year average, but everything is right around our 5-year average again. So that covers what's currently on the market with the inventory. All right, so let's take a look at our inflow. And as you can see here, we have our first reporting here. 17 days have passed. There's 94 units on the market. So that puts us around 5.5 homes are coming to the market every single day in January. Typically in January, we see about 7.1 homes come to the market every single day. So that's slightly down, not slightly, I guess, 22% isn't slightly. So we have about a 22% less inventory coming to the market. That's not a horrible thing though, because when we look at the outflow report, we see that we've only sold 35 homes. So remember I said there's 30 conditional deals right now. That does not include these 35. These 35 deals are firm pending deals. So an offer was put on a property, conditions were there, or maybe there was no conditions. Conditions were removed. And when conditions are removed, you have a firm and binding deal. That's what these are. So there's 35 firm and binding deals already in January, and we currently have 30 conditional. So if all those go firm, we have 65. However, even at 65, 35 here, we're still quite down from our typical 5-year average. Our 5-year average in January is 136 units firm done deals. Currently, we're at 2.1 homes selling a day, and our typical average is 4.4 homes selling a day. So we're about 50% less homes being sold right now than typical. However, if those 30 firm up and there's more coming, it feels like there's the phone's ringing a lot. A lot of people are interested in doing something right now. So I do feel that this number is going to pick up a little bit. Looking at the outflow, what's going on right now in January, 30 homes have actually come off the market. So I'm just not sure if those homes were just lingering from December, because usually most of the homes come off the market in December and they don't take them off in January. But interesting to see that there's already been 30 homes taken off the market in January. Our 5-year average is 34, so we're only 17 days through the month, and we're almost at our 100% mark here. So we're failing to sell approximately 1.8 homes a day. Our typical average is 1.1. So we're about 60% above our 5-year average right now. I do believe this failed home sale rate is going to come down. I really do believe that's just the lingering December stuff that hasn't come off yet. or just came off now. So I'm going to be interested to see if this number kind of stays put from where it is by the time we do our February 1st report. Okay, so let's take a look at our days on market average here. So with 35 sales, this is the 35 units that came to the market. So there's a very small data set here. So let's not go too crazy with this data set because it's very small. With 35 homes sold, the average days on market is 36 right now, which is 7 days higher than we were in December. So yes, it looks like that it's taking longer for these homes to sell. Again, my belief is that these are homes that were on the market in December, November. They were kind of lingering on here a little bit. They finally got picked up in January, and they were just like the older inventory that was left over that finally got picked up. That's why I believe that the days on market is up, because when you look at the other stats, I really do believe that this days on market is going to come down quite a bit. What do I mean by that? We don't need to cover the quarterly because we have no quarters to look at yet. So here we go. The list price to sale price ratio is right in line where it's been over the last 4 months. So October, November, December, and now January have all been sitting around 96%. So we're sitting about a 96% list price to sale price ratio. So that's holding really steady. Another lead indicator here is now the monthly average sale price. So I got some colors here. I know it's very colorful. I don't know if I picked the best ones, but let me just walk you through this here. And I just kind of want to set the frame for 2023. So right now we're at an average sale price of $753,000 on those 35 homes, which is up 2.5% from December. Okay. So we're right now, the month is not over, I know, but right now we're sitting at our first growth of the year, which is pretty cool to see that we're kicking off the year with a little bit of growth, which is nice. And I have that represented in the graph here. So we're still up from 2021 prices, obviously quite down from 2022 prices. However, if this stays healthy and stays around the 3 to 4% appreciation for the whole year, we're going to be around where we were in 2022. So we'll see what happens here, but that's just our first little piece of good news there. And I have a couple years highlighted. So I have 2017 highlighted. In April of 2017, the market hit its peak. Government stepped in and interfered to cool the market down. And then we saw an 18% drop from April to August of 2017. We lost about $102,000 in the market value of the real estate market back in 2017. And then the purple here shows that that's the first month where we exceeded the average sale price from the previous peak. So this was the previous peak. Here's the first time we actually matched or exceeded it. So that took to February of 2020. That's 34 months it took for the market to recover. Okay, so where are we at here? April 2022 was the peak of the market again. Inflation happened, interest rates started going up. We all know the story. And here we are, we had the final month reading at 734,000, which was the lowest month. So the peak to trough took, how many months is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took 9 months to go peak to trough. Again, we're about to see what happens here in January. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a bump in average sale price. And if we have another bump in average sale price in February, that could confirm a trend reversal there. So we'll have a close eye on that. But what we could see here, the peak to trough was pretty ugly. We dropped 27% in 2022 peak to trough. That's a big drop. However, if you want to take any grain of salt, it's like, okay, well, is the real estate market stabilizing? Well, yeah, October, November, December saw an additional 1.8%, but the drop stopped. The drop slowed down significantly over the last 3 months. So we're not falling off a cliff anymore. We're just kind of treading water right now. However, now with 2023 kicking off, it looks like we have some positive news. We're back to 753,000. If that holds, we'll actually have the best prices in the market since October. Why is the average sale price potentially going up? Well, like I said earlier in the interest rate trend report, is that the 5-year fix is coming down enough, and I believe that the market has fallen enough where we're now finding that equilibrium point in the marketplace where buyers and sellers are meeting each other pretty regularly right now, and that's putting a little bit more pressure on prices to bump them up a little bit. Do I feel like it's going to go astronomical right now? I don't believe so, but I think it's a nice, healthy market to be in, where sellers are probably going to be putting their home on the market at the proper price, and buyers are willing to pay the price because they're getting the money for a little bit cheaper than they would have been back in July and August and September, for example. Okay, so that's the monthly report there, and we don't need to cover the quarterly. Here is the first inflow report of the year. So as you know, we haven't gone through a full month yet, but we could kind of see where we're at. So the green is representing the inflow, red's representing the outflow, the blue and the orange are so the orange is representing solds, and the blue is representing faileds. So we just have one more unit sold than failed. So the outflow is pretty significant over the inflow. We still added 29 units to the real estate market, though, so far in January. So let me just go over this a little bit more here. As you can see here, this gray line bar, that's the current inventory, and here's our 5-year average. So we're starting the year off on the right foot. We got enough inventory on the market. We have some inflow coming in, even though it's down. We have some solds happening, even though that's down as well. And we got some failed sales, which is a little bit up. But as you can see, the market is starting here, and we have a good, healthy average sale price. So with that being said, what does the next 30 days look like? Let's pretend and forecast in the next 30 days what could be possible here. So currently at 169 units, and with the inventory flow rate of 5.5 homes coming to the market every single day, that means we should be adding 166 units to the marketplace in the next 30 days. That means there will be a total of 335 homes to buy in the next 30 days. Okay, now let's pretend no more homes were coming to the market. If we continue selling and failing homes at 3.8 homes a day, how many months of inventory do we have left before we run out of homes? Well, that puts us about 1.92 months of inventory. So if all homes stop coming to the market, how long would it take to absorb the entire market? It would take about 2 months, which is extremely balanced. When we were in 2022 at the very peak of the hot market, we were under 1 month. We had a half a month of inventory on the market. When we were in the slowest point of the market, we had almost 3.5 months of inventory on the market. Now we're sitting around 2, so it's a very balanced market there. That's pretty much a full summary of what's going on in 2023 so far. With that being said, I'm going to jump into a little bit of extra details for you in a little bit. All right, to wrap this all up, 2022 was an interesting year for sure. We had the lowest amount of sales we've ever seen. We had the most listings come to the market that we've ever seen. However, the inventory stayed pretty stable with our 5-year averages. On top of that, we've really seen over the last 4 months, the real estate market really stabilize. Remember, we only saw 1.8% drop from October to December, and now we're seeing about a 2.5% increase in January. So if that holds true, it looks like things are starting to definitely reverse and stabilize, like I've been saying for a while. And with the 5-year interest rates coming down, it really does show that the buyers and sellers are now meeting each other way more often, and having a much more balanced market than we were in the previous months. So the prediction for 2023, the way I see it here is that as long as inflation keeps coming down, bond yields keep going down, it's going to put less pressure on the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. And if they did over tighten, which many are on the camp that the Bank of Canada did over tighten too much, we could potentially see our first rate decreases coming at midpoint 2023. If that happens and interest rates start coming down, you might want to be prepared to be buying before that happens, because as soon as interest rates come down a little bit, you're probably going to see a lot more aggression in the real estate market, because unfortunately, the inventory just did not recover enough. What do I mean by that? You said, Steve, the 5-year average inventory is in alignment with the current inventory is in line with the 5-year average. Right. But over the last 6 months, we had almost 40 to 50% less sales in the market. So you would assume that we would have 100 or 200 more units on the market right now than typical. But right now we're just at the averages, and the interest rates are pretty high. So if interest rates drop a little bit, there's not that much inventory to consume before we get to low panic level inventory rates again. And when we don't have any inventory, it's just too many buyers chasing fewer goods. There's more money chasing fewer goods, which is going to cause prices to increase. So when I did the math, it looks like it's the best time right now when the market is balanced to potentially be upgrading your home or getting into that home, because the last thing you want to do is have the prices accelerate faster than the interest rates are decreasing. So if prices are accelerating faster than interest rates are decreasing, you're going to put yourself behind the 8 ball. And then if there's properties coming on the market where there's 5 or 7 offers on it, it's going to be a pretty challenging market for someone that could have got in right now when things are a little bit balanced. That's my 2 cents on that. I really appreciate you dropping in for this lengthy market report. I know we covered a lot here today, but I do appreciate you sticking by. And if you did get some value from this, please give it a share and give it a like. And I'll look forward to the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.